Small business is tough. Some succeed, some fail. There's no easy way, but a good mentor can help. Powerhouse financial expert Sybil Virch has made fortunes for her many clients, but still makes time to help small businesses grow. Al Hasham is a true entrepreneur, having built 2 thriving companies from the ground up. When it comes to business planning and risk management, Shelley Jensen has seen it all in her role as Regional Vice President at BMO Bank of Montreal. In his role as VP of TELUS Business Solutions, Michael McCarthy recognizes that successful small businesses build successful communities. Together, these 4 mentors aim to help struggling businesses. Fun, funky, and always in good taste, the makers of this street clothing line need to find their market. When hip-hop meets urban style, the results could be bumpin'.
I'm Trish Petrovich, and I work for Tastemakers. We are a streetwear label. I design crazy graphics, and we do custom pieces.
Where did Trisha get her fashion design skills?
I grew up in Winnipeg and there wasn't a fashion program there really, so I came out here to go to school. And then after school I couldn't get a job like most fashion kids, and so I started freelancing, and I did that for a year for an athletic company. So I learned how to do all like the nitty-gritty spec packing and detailing and garment construction, all of that stuff.
Breaking into the world of fashion isn't easy. How's she doing?
I did my first showcase last April for Vancouver Fashion Week, and then I got a little bit of funding and I did a second collection of menswear and streetwear. And then I kind of merged the two into a fully developed streetwear label.
Trisha has already achieved a lot, but she hasn't done it alone.
People always ask me about my team, like, how much do you pay them? Straight up. And I'm like, well, we're not really making money right now yet because we just got our product in, so I don't pay them. Everyone who's here is strictly here for the brand.
What's the vision for the brand?
Long-term goal, I do want us to be hanging next to Joy Rich. They're a hugely successful streetwear brand. I want to be the next Joy Rich. That's what we want to be.
So they have talent, a clear vision, and great leadership skills. What could stop them?
Myself. Honestly, it's myself.
Trisha is suffering from doubts.
Everything that's kind of been given to me and fallen into my lap has been awesome. But day to day, I don't really know if I'm making the right moves. Like, I'm a kid and I've just been really lucky. I need to know how to move from where we're at to where we need to go without losing our minds.
Trisha needs some guidance on taking her business forward. Time to meet the Hard Way panel after the break. Trisha Petrovich has already achieved a lot with her fashion design company, but she's looking for guidance on where to go next. Time to meet the Hard Way panel. Sybil Virch, Senior Vice President at Raymond James Limited. Al Hasham, President and CEO, Maximum Express and Max Furniture. Shelley Jensen, Regional Vice President, BMO Bank of Montreal. And Mike McCarthy, Vice President, TELUS Business Solutions.
Well, welcome to the Hard Way.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your company?
We're called Tastemakers Clothing. We manufacture and produce in Vancouver, and we've been up and running for about a year. The first 6 to 9 months was research and development and a lot of local publicity, just basically kind of getting people aware of our brand and building our line, and then we got our product. Actually, last week, we got a pretty big name rapper in our garment, so that was a good move on us. We made him a custom jacket, and we just bombed his show, and then we got invited to do his music video, and then the next thing you know, we're in his music video and all the girls are dressed in their stuff.
Wow.
And then we got invited to do another music artist, and somebody asked us they saw that rapper, and a rapper from Toronto wants us to do something for him, and it was just like, it's what happened.
Wow.
In all these music videos you're doing, tell me you were charging and making money.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, we did the jacket at like a very minimum cost, and then we give it away as a promo. And actually, the return on investment for that was pretty good, because the jacket that we're doing for the other rapper is more than what cost us to do that music video. And then also the publicity was really good for us. So
your energy is amazing and infectious. So
Yes.
what are you going to do with it? Where do you want to see the business be?
I need to
5
channel
years
that
from now?
energy.
What are your challenges? Tell
If
us
we
what
could bottle it,
my
we could power the whole city.
My definite chief aim is to make Tastemakers the #1 selling line in North America within the next 5 years.
Okay, so
I
what's
like it. I
that's
like
an
it.
awesome thing to do. So what's your plan to get there?
Okay, so this is what we've done so far. So the research and development's pretty much already done. So the one thing with fashion is it changes so quickly, it's hard to keep up, especially when you're manufacturing in Canada, because it's so expensive.
Do you have a plan for the future?
Yes. So as of next week, I'm going to redevelop my web strategy. So what I want to do, and what I think will generate some immediate income rather than just like crossing my fingers for stores, because we need to generate money now, is offer customized pieces online. So you can go in and say, okay, I want the sleeve on that Galaxy, I want that pink, I want that red, I want that yellow, boom, 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 sign it up, out the door. I get the order, I make it, and it's a custom piece, which comes at a premium, which compensates for the fact that it's made in Canada, because then I can charge a little bit more because it's a custom design.
So how many custom pieces do you want to do this year?
Oh, I would like to do 150 in the next 3 months.
And did you know that number before I asked it?
Heck no.
Okay.
It's never a good idea to try and make up your business plan on the spot.
If you're going to do 150 customized pieces in the next 3 months,
Okay.
how much do you think you realistically could profit off each piece?
Okay, so if let's take a jacket for example. So if each jacket if I'm doing one of it, that's going to cost $35. The fabric itself, because it's Dintex and it's coming from Canada, is going to cost, say, $11.50. Sewing, if I don't do it myself, it's going to be $30. So 30, 11, did I say?
Yep. So it's roughly $100
100.
all in cost,
How about
not
that?
including your operations and your marketing and all of that.
Right.
And wages for yourself and
'cause I
all
get
of those sort of
paid.
things. But still, that's, there's room. If you're selling that basic
600.
model for, well, that one might be $300.
Yeah,
if
I'd
that's
say
the base
base would
one.
be $300.
But still, that leaves you with $200 to then help offset some of your other costs.
When I order a custom jacket online, how long will it take me to get it?
2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, so it takes me 3 weeks to get my jacket. I've ordered my, okay.
How's the business doing financially?
Well, we don't really have a lot of expenses. Like my rent's $250, everything's already paid for. I owe my investor $20,000, and
Do you not eat? Do you not have a place to live yourself?
I have a second
or
job.
You have a second job?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I had 3 jobs when I first started. I was working in full-time graphic design and waitressing at night, and then designing in like early morning, which was a little much.
So how does the second job impact your ability to grow and develop this
They've
business?
been pretty good to me. They really want me to do good at this, so they're like, yeah, okay. Like I'm
You
supposed
know,
to be at
you
work
just-
right now.
She just has this infectious personality that somehow makes everyone just want to help you and support
Just
you.
say yes.
Bad for me.
I can vouch for that.
Okay,
Exactly.
what's she like to work with?
She's great. I mean,
She's high energy.
she does. I mean, we work well together because we're similar in that way. But I mean, I try to take care of her. So
Yeah, I can
I try to look out for her.
You
as
try
much as
and
I
keep
can.
her under control a little bit?
I
Yeah,
try.
which
Try
I
to
don't like.
try
It's
to keep her schedule in order and
Yeah, because I can get off on all designers like designer talent.
I see all these ideas flying all over the place. I'm getting a bit tired actually with all of the ideas. It's crazy. So
Come to this side of the table.
Yeah.
How tired you are.
but how do you condense that down to make sure that you're doing the right things? Because you've got so many things you can do. How do you know you're doing the right things?
And that you
That has
have
been
focus.
the hardest challenge for me. I find sometimes it'll be like, let's do this, and let's do this, and then it's just like, well, we don't have money for that, and we shouldn't do this, and then it's like you half plan everything.
Your passion is infectious. I mean, the panel immediately saw the passion and the talent and wanted to help you. But the business side, that seems to be a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, well, it's not really an issue. It's just I have so many questions that have never been answered.
And this is our first go at it, so it's definitely like it's trial and error. We're just kind of seeing what happens, and it's great. We're really blessed to be a part of this.
Lots of ideas, lots of things coming out, some focus.
She's got tons of energy.
No question.
That
of
we
energy.
cannot teach people what she has to offer. Her biggest challenge is going to be getting control.
I'm a bit concerned the business is happening to them right now. She bumps into somebody, they give an idea, she does something with it. Now the great thing is she is doing something with every opportunity that's coming
She's
in front of her.
delivering.
She's delivering.
Resourceful and does it.
The risky part is, are you actually following a plan that's going to get you to your success point?
After Trisha's visit to the hard way, it's time for Mike McCarthy to get down to the mentorship challenges, starting with a visit to the Tastemaker studio.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
How are you? How's
Good
it
to see you. How you been?
Good. This is our on-hand inventory.
Mike gets a quick tour, a look at some of the current designs, and a chance to update his street slang.
Do we get to say bomb diggity today?
Did you say bomb diggity?
I might have.
No, not. Was it 94?
Oh. Sorry, what should I say?
We say dope.
Dope, okay.
Ill. Yeah, we say ill.
Or sick. That's
Or
sick.
boss.
Boss, like good.
Like that's boss. Or like I'm
Or
a
like
boss.
if you like something, you say like that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That I
it's
can do.
As one word. That's
That's
what's
what's
up.
up.
What's up?
There you go.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Sick.
From street slang to straight talk, it's time for Mike's challenges.
You said that as a team, you would like to be beyond joy rich. You want to be more successful than they are. That's sort of your baseline of success, which is fantastic. So what I'd like you to do is understand some of the numbers that might be behind that. Now, you might not really know exactly what they're driving in terms of sales volumes and things of that nature, but this first challenge is really to try and apply numbers to the business in terms of where you think it's going to be several years from now. The second objective is once you've got your big, where do we want to be 3 years from now, then let's start working backwards and say, well, what does it look like for this year? And what does it look like maybe even to next year? But even if we just get this year sorted out. And so by this year, I actually want you to go through on a month-by-month basis for what's left for the year and actually identify what programs you're going to run and what you want to see in terms of the money that comes from each one on a month-by-month basis. When you go and do a promotion or when you go do a marketing activity and it doesn't go the way you expect, the important thing is that you have to learn from those mistakes.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what you're expecting, you're not going to be able to learn. I'm going to actually add one more thing to it. I want you to set a time every week to talk about running the business.
Got it.
So it's going to be you and whoever else that you think is on your team, obviously you two as well. And you might want to think about doing it where you don't have the business in your face all the time. It's important to have a balance between the balance sheet and the style sheet. And really at the end of the day, Trisha has the style sheet nailed. What she has to do is spend some time focusing on the actual business execution.
1 month later, Trisha arrives at the TELUS building for her next meeting with Mike.
With the challenges that you had given me, I started to rethink all of the marketing initiatives. So before it was kind of like we're just making stuff and doing it, right? But now what I've done is I've broken down everything we sell into categories and things that we want to sell as well.
Perfect.
And then what I started to do is develop tiny little marketing campaigns for each category so that I can watch the growth of each category.
Trisha has made a good start at getting organized. How'd she get on with Mike's other challenge, holding business meetings?
I find like the meetings are a huge time sucker. Like I'll sit there and we'll have a meeting and it'll be like 5 hours long, and at the end of it I'm like, where did that 5 hours go? What did we accomplish? What are we doing now? Like I still don't know what's up. Like, so basically, if I don't have a proper direction to hold a meeting in, there's no point of having a meeting. And there's no point of me wasting 5 hours of my day.
Okay, if a meeting has gone on 5 hours, that's not good discipline, right? So generally speaking, a tip that might help you in a meeting is when you start the meeting to explain to the team, first of all, here's what the purpose of the meeting is. Here's why we're here, right? The second thing you can talk to the team about is, here's how we're going to actually have the meeting. I'm going to talk about this for a little bit, then I'm going to ask for everyone's feedback, or we're going to do a round table conversation and get feedback on a particular item, or Paige is going to present something to us about an idea that she had, and then we're going to talk about that. But you need to be very clear at the beginning of the meeting, this is how this meeting is going to run, right? And when we're done, here's what I would like to have accomplished. That's a really important thing for you to say. And then the very last thing is, and we will be done at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever the time is.
Okay.
And that's going to fix your 5-hour runaway meeting problem.
Dennis Chopko of Killing Her Bank is a sales expert, and Mike has sent him to meet Trisha at the Tastemaker studio. One of the scariest things for many business owners is making sales calls, and Trisha has asked for some help. Trisha needs to call local stores to ask if they will sell her new clothing line, and it scares her.
You've got 3 parts to the phone approach. The acknowledgement, so the opening statement that you have, your benefit or your problem statement of why should they meet with you, why should they take the time to sit down and take a look at the clothing that you have, and then gaining some sort of commitment of, okay, hey, when can we get together to do the showing? A lot of salespeople, when they call a customer, they use these pat questions that, one of them is, are you busy? Oh no, thank goodness. Thank you just called. I now have something to do. Of course we're busy. I mean, that's why alarm clocks were invented. The other one is say, how are you today? Why do I need to tell you? And it's not going that good, thanks, and then we get off the phone. So we want to differentiate ourselves right away when we call. And if it's a store, then we know that there's people, if it's a successful store, and that's the store that you want to be dealing with, they might be dealing with a customer. So our opening acknowledgement when we call these stores, the first question is, are you with the customer, or are you okay to chat? So if you want, what we'll do is we'll just write down the acknowledgement, and what we'll do is we'll build this script that you can use for each store when you call, and so that it becomes very fluid and very comfortable for you. Now, if they do say, yes, I am with the customer, you can say, well, what would be a good time for me to call you back? So if we call and we say, okay, are you with the customer? Are you okay to chat? And they say, no, I'm not with the customer. Okay, who is this again? It's Trish with Tastemaker. I'm out doing some marketing for a new line of clothing that we have. Who would be the person that I should talk to about this? And if they say, well, that's me, I'm the owner of the store and I'm here, then you move to the next stage part, which is your benefit and your problem statement. Say, we have this new line that's coming out right away. It's at the end of July. And we've had some exposure at the MTV Movie Awards on the red carpet, and I'm also working with a magazine, and I was just wondering if I might be able to get the chance to come in. Is it possible for me to get 20 minutes with you where I could show you through some of the new lines of clothing and talk a little bit about maybe getting the product into your store? Then if you get further into the conversation at that point, then I think that you can say, we're looking to have certain stores in Vancouver, and we can kind of get into that competitive advantage of going, only certain people are going to be allowed to carry this, not everybody. So it could become somewhat exclusive for you. So if you're looking for a line that nobody else has, this might be the one for you. So we'll do a dry run here where you can just pick up the phone. You can call me first. We'll go through it so that it's easy for you on the phone, so that by the time you're talking to a customer, it's very fluid and smooth. Ring, ring, ring. Yeah, hello. Killing Her Bank Clothing Store. How can I help you?
Okay. Sorry.
This is why we're practicing. Good afternoon, KHI Clothing Store.
Hey, this is Trish from Tastemakers. I'm doing some market research right now for a new clothing line. I was just wondering if you're the right person to talk to about that.
I'm just with a customer right now.
Shh.
Okay, so let's back it up.
Let's try it again. This sucks.
They say that life begins outside your comfort zone.
Oh,
You're living.
I'm so outside my
Okay.
comfort zone right now. Okay.
So make the call.
It's time for Trisha to overcome her nerves and make some calls. We'll catch up with her after the break. Trisha's session with Dennis Chopko has helped, and her phone calls have paid off. Today she's at the Vancouver Fashion Exchange to meet with buyer Michael Tuin.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good, Michael.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Trish. The new theme is bees, the Wu-Tang bees.
Nice, okay.
Okay?
I think what excites me is obviously the design, you look at number one, but secondly, it's very important to understand the person behind that brand, because you can have the greatest brand in the world that you've designed, but if you don't have a great business person behind it that are making sure that they're getting samples on time, production on time, marketing materials for all the sales reps, it's half the battle.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Really appreciate it.
It's nearly the end of her mentorship with The Hard Way, and now she has her clothing in several Vancouver stores. Time for a final meeting with Mike, who's pleased with what she's learned.
You're actually listening to your customer. Now, in your case, your customer is actually the retailer. And their end customers they're the people that walk in off the street to buy the clothes, but the retailer is going to tell you what they need. They know what they're going to be able to sell. And so you're well on the way to be able to match your production volume to what is needed in the distribution channel, which is really important in a business. I think the other thing that is great about what you described is you're focusing on what's going to work. So I think where you're headed, where you're getting this great feedback from the retail channel, is really going to do well for you. So I'm delighted to hear that. She knows now that it's not good enough simply to produce a great product. She has to produce a great product that sells and makes money.
For Trisha, however, the change has come at a price.
Honestly, I've kind of felt like a little bit sad lately, because I feel like that whole the magic of having us all there in this crazy workspace has kind of dwindled a little bit, and there's less of us and this family thing that we created, and it's made me pretty sad actually. But it's time to do business. You're just making stuff and selling it. So that can be the focus, and it wasn't the focus before. It was just making stuff. So now we're making stuff and selling it.